for a lot of people in the room, this is the first time hearing from you since you joined Microsoft. What have you been up to here?
Yeah, so I joined Microsoft at the end of October last year. So it's been, 7 months almost, right? I would say one of the things that is very, very striking to me as somebody who's never worked at Microsoft before, but you know a lot about Microsoft, grew up with Microsoft in all of our lives, but the amount of innovation that you see from the outside versus then what you feel and see going on inside the company is just profoundly different, right? Getting inside the company, you just meet tons and tons of smart people doing all sorts of things, from big distributed systems work to cutting edge security research and dealing with nation state attacks to building all sorts of different types of products, serving all of these enterprises out there, the work that's going on in Microsoft research, the work that we're doing to serve developers, and the list just goes on and on and on, right? The goal for the Core AI team really is to build the new stack, the stack that allows somebody to build these AI-driven applications or these new agents in a way that really tried to take advantage of the capabilities that are in these models, right? So you have lots of models, big ones, small ones, different special purpose ones, very, very general ones. And then you want to build these AI native applications. But the way we thought about building applications and any sort of systems in the past without AI just profoundly have changed for us. And they're changing really rapidly, right? The ecosystem, the frameworks, et cetera. So Core AI is really trying to reimagine the end-to-end developer experience using AI, and then building on a platform that becomes your factory for these AI applications and agents. And then we're embedding and we're making sure that security and trust is baked in right from the start. So we'll talk more about that in the next couple days. And then also giving you an option around how you deploy this from the cloud all the way to local or to the edge. This is all about, for us, around learning faster, right? So speed is all about learning faster. The world is changing so fast with all the technologies, with all the different applications, with the different companies out there. And so it is really just about how do you create that learning loop, or how do you have a learning loop that's just faster and faster and faster over time. So I think what you're going to see in the next couple of days is just a lot of things that we want folks to try out and to build with. And that, I think, is the most exciting thing for me and for the team, is we've been working hard for many months here to really push to build stuff that's working, that's ready to try, to compose, to put together, and then we want your feedback. You know, as somebody who spent a fair amount of my career in and helping drive open source efforts, both in software and in hardware, you know, you really see what a great community can do to drive that innovation and drive that adoption. And that's what it's going to take to get to this ubiquitous state of accepting, adopting, using, benefiting from AI. I believe that we have a really, really great set of updates coming out over the next couple of days of news. And I think there are lots of different places as a community here that you get to go and be curious and try and experiment with. And, you know, we're still learning a lot, right? These things are not done. They're not finished. They're not perfect. We want your feedback. We're picking up the pace in lots of places in the company to just iterate, to learn, to ship a lot more frequently as well, right? So that's going to be really fun to just see what the community does with everything that we're talking about in the next couple of days. We may not know what to do with it right away because it's going to sound, you know, very maybe academic at first, but I'm excited to see what problems people try to solve with it.